How much do you know your surroundings? What are the fishing holes? Are there areas where you can hunt? If you are forced out into the woods, how much foot traffic does that area receive? You need to gather intel for yourself. Make sure you write it down. The internet may not always be there for you to gather information from. That's why it's important for you to gather the intel now while you have a chance, just in case things fall apart. How much do you know the terrain around where you live? I'm sure everybody's gone on Google Maps and looked around where they reside at. I suggest that you take a screenshot to make sure you have that information available to you if the grid ever went down and you are unable to access the internet. But do you know all the watering spots? Do you know the rivers, creeks, and whatnot? Have you driven the roads at peak rush hour times, either in the morning commute or in the evening, just to know how to navigate these situations if you're forced away from your home? It would be great information to have just in case things break out sideways and you have to leave the area that you reside in. Is there places you could go to hide if need be? Getting out and walking around your area is good to do a reconnaissance and to know what you would face. Now, do you live in a bad part of town? If the bad guys were coming, where would you go? I think it's important to know what resources you have. If you can identify plants either through medicinal purposes or if you have to get them to sustain subsistence, able to identify some plants in your area if it comes to that. Knowing these things will help you and your loved ones navigate things in the future if things ever go sideways. Again, I try to get out and check my area, just not only through roads, but you might have to go off and see what's available to you. It's very important that you go on Google Maps and take a couple screenshots so you know how things are, to have that information available to you in the future. Is there railroads in your area? Where's the electric company located in your area? Do you live in an area that has a nuclear power? What kind of electricity is being brought to your home? Is it nuclear? Is it hydro? Is it coal? Just kind of wanted to drop y'all this little note and just to remind you while you have the time to make sure you do a scout of your area. Now, you might also want to go out and scout around. I like to go out like increments of 10, like so 10 miles, 20 miles, 30 miles. You might want to leave a cache 20, 30 miles away from you. We seen in Hawaii and we seen in California, if you have all your eggs in one basket at your house and your house burns down, you're going to lose everything in a grid down situation. So it's important to take some of your supplies and either keep it in storage at a friend's house, have a cache, just to have a little backup. Food, water, medicine, defensive tools, other tools that you may need to bug out in the woods. So especially like if you make a bug out bag and stash it someplace, either with a friend, a family, or someplace other than what you have, just in case something bad happens and you're forced from your home. So appreciate y'all clicking on the video. I hope you have a nice weekend. We're gonna be getting out there here coming up pretty soon. Weather's breaking. Got a lot of things planned for the channel. All right, y'all, so I appreciate y'all for sticking by me. Hope y'all have a nice weekend and God bless.
SE.